It's also really important to start learning the skill of living because you've learned the skill of surviving. You know how to survive. And I think a lot of us worry like, oh, well, if I am not constantly in survival mode and I'm in another position where I need to survive, if I let my guard down, then I'm not going to be able to take care of myself. And it's like, you will. It's just, I think there is a difference between learning how to get out of survival mode and then expecting to never be hurt again. You will be hurt again. That's just part of the human experience. It's just learning your own boundaries, your own perspective, what you need for yourself. And while you do that, you give yourself space and you start building a connection with yourself to feel safe within yourself and understand yourself so that no matter what happens, good or bad, you're going to show up for yourself. Then that way you won't feel so scared taking risks or being vulnerable or trying things or putting yourself back out there as much as you were. Not to say that you won't still feel a little bit scared or nervous, because that's part of it, but you'll trust it a little bit more because you'll trust yourself. And so to start living instead of just constantly surviving is you have to slowly but surely start putting yourself out there, doing small things that go against that little voice in the back of your head that's like, but that's not surviving. Like, maybe we don't deserve that. It's working on your disempowering beliefs. It's working on the things that you told yourself that you could never do or that's not for you. And maybe tapping into like the younger you before all that trauma got to you and you started to believe all these restrictions and rules and disempowering beliefs about yourself, the world, and other people. And ask your younger you, like, what did we like? Or even the parts of you that get jealous. Jealousy is a great indicator of like what you might want for yourself. A lot of the times when we're jealous of people, we're like, what do they have? Even if it seems like we despise that person, what about them? Even if you don't like what they're doing, is it a sense of freedom that they have? Are they being authentic even though they're being a jerk? Like, what do they have that maybe you want, and how can you start doing that for yourself in small steps? But yeah, definitely let yourself live, because it doesn't always have to be this project where you're constantly trying to self-improve. Sometimes the best parts is letting yourself just rest and experience life. It's not the next thing. You're in the experience right now. So if you make a checklist out of your life, you're just going to constantly be looking for the next check mark, not recognizing that currently you are standing in what was a check mark. And another great thing that really helps you start to live is celebrating yourself, giving yourself credit, even for the small stuff. Where are things going right? Give equal airtime to what's negative as well as what's going positive in your life. And that way you're not falling into toxic positivity and you're being realistic, but you're also not falling into self-deprecation and everything's awful. So I guess, where could you bring more balance in your life, and where could you start living a little bit more and allowing yourself to experience the present moment and be at peace at that? How can you start to bring that peace to yourself to feel okay being present and being in your life and living in your life, not being so much in survival mode? Yeah, so anyway, I hope that helps at least one person. My name's Sarah. I'm your favorite self-experimenting coach or companion, and I help get people reacquainted with who they most authentically are. You're an amazing person, and I hope you have the best day.